Hi everyone, this is Sherry. Welcome back. And today I am creating a layout for the SNL design team, and we are in our 12 days of summer project. And so this is day 5, and every day for 12 days, the SNL design team is going to be bringing you some summer projects, summer layouts, summer ideas. So I am on for today, which is day 5, and I decided to just create a summer layout. And I am using some cut files from the cut shop, and I'm using the Happy Camper cut files, and that cute little trailer is just the most adorable thing ever. When I saw that, I was like, I have to use that. So I thought it would be perfect for a summer layout. A lot of people are doing camping. It's a great time to go camping with the family. So I thought it was perfect for this layout. So I decided to go ahead and use that. So I'm going to be creating a layout, and I'm sitting here trying to, you can see me tapping my fingers, trying to figure out the layout and exactly what I wanted to do. I've mentioned this before. I don't really have a lot of a game plan when I sit down. I cut out a lot of the portion where I was trying to arrange the photos and make sure that they got placed good. Cut a lot of that out because I was having a hard time kind of finding out how I wanted those arranged. So, but what I did is I cut the cut files in white cardstock like I always do, and then I just recolored it. And I wanted to use that teal. This is a Delusions ink spray, and it's in Calypso teal, but I didn't want the misted effect on it with the splatters. So after I sprayed it, I just took a wet baby wipe and I just smeared that ink around, and it makes it look kind of almost more like not really painted, but you don't see those mist splotches. So I wanted to use the turquoise color, and I am using this is definitely a stash die for me on this layout because I'm using some older stuff in my stash. The background paper, that yellow diagonal strap, is from Studio Calico, and it's from the Abroad collection. It's like really old. I think it's from 2011. And this paper is called First Class, and I'm using the yellow diagonal stripe, and on the other side was like a gray, almost like a herringbone pattern. But I wanted it to be really bright. So then what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of just mute the center a little bit, so kind of give it a little bit more interest. So I decided to just go ahead and do a dry brush of white paint in the center. And then I did some some paint, like paint splatters, to just give it a little bit more interest there on the background. And then, of course, I wanted to go ahead and color my title. And this is going to end up being a pretty bright layout, but hey, it's summer, right? So I was trying to decide what I wanted to do the title, and I didn't want the two words to be the same. So I opted to go with this the Delusions ink spray in the bubblegum pink. And I misted the Happy, and then again I just smeared that around so you didn't see the ink splatters. So I went ahead and went with the bright pink, and it ended up being a lot brighter than I thought. I've used that bubblegum pink for watercoloring effects, but I don't know that I've ever just used it for a straight on spray mist, and it ended up being very bright. But I went ahead and went with it, and so I'm using that. And then I'm trying to decide here what color I wanted to do the camper, and I wanted to bring in some black, so I'm going to go ahead and mist those in the black, and I think I used Mr. Huey's Passport ink spray for that, and I covered it a couple of times just to make sure that I had a good black color. And then I'm going to be using that in addition to the title Happy, so you get the two color combinations there. So like I said, you can tell by the colors I'm using, it ends up being a very bright layout, which is screams summer to me. Summer is bright colors to me. So I went ahead and like I said, just pulled out all of the bright colors. And this is again, I was trying to pull some of my older product together that I could use and get on the layout. And again, I love that cut file. Is it not the cutest little trailer ever? I mean, oh my gosh. It was just, when I've had this cut file printed for some time now, probably a couple months maybe, and I've been just wanting to use it. I've been wanting to use it for something, but we have not been camping in a long time. And when I say camping, okay, I say that loosely because I'm not a camper, but we have this place when we lived in California that we used to go all the time. Every time we could get away, we would go there. And, it's just, we have so many great memories of this place. And, some of you in California may know, or have heard of it, but we used to go in, Pismo Beach. There was a resort, they called it a resort, but it was right on the beach. I mean, it was right near the beach. You just walk over the dunes and the beach was right there. You could hear the beach, hear the ocean at night. It was just so relaxing. And it was our favorite place to go, hands down, our favorite place to go. If we had some time to get away, we would take our trailer. We had a travel trailer, and we would take it and we would go over there and spend some time, even if it was a couple of days, and we felt like we had a vacation. I mean, it was just amazing. And so we went there a lot, and that's one thing that we missed so much when we moved to Tennessee a few years ago. We love living here, but that's the one thing we miss about California. We miss those times being able to go to the coast and being able to just take our trailer and go hang out. It was just, it was like where we lived, it was like a 2.5 hour drive. So we could just hop in and be there, leave after work, get there early. And it was just so much fun, you guys. So we have so many great memories. So I thought, well, that trailer is going to be a perfect chance to use those, try to scrap some of those pictures. And like I said, they're old. I mean, we've been in Tennessee now for, 7 years. 7 years. So these pictures are pretty old. It was before my daughter was even married. And so way before she was married. And so it's been a long time, but I don't know that I've really scrapped many of the pictures, because in the move and everything, I just kind of stopped scrapbooking for a little while with everything going on. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I've had this cut file on my table for a long time, but I haven't been able to use it because the pictures I knew were all older, and I had to go on my hard drive and find them and pull them off. So I finally just bit the bullet and said, I'm going to do it. This is a summer layout. I've got to use that trailer file, that little happy camper file. And so this was it. And so I finally dug out the pictures, and I thought, what a great way to be able to document the memories of where we stayed, which was at Pismo Coast Village. And, what a great way to just kind of reminisce and remember that. So, that's what I'm using on the layout, are photos from that trip. And let me just say, I'm sorry about my phone cord. I didn't even notice that was hanging down when I was doing the layout, and I fix it in just a minute. But anyway, so I have a photo of the entrance. That's a sign when we would go into the campground, and then just various pictures of different stays that we were there. So, and when I use campground, that term loosely as well, because, it was basically a trailer resort. And so there was actually people that would actually like move there, like older people that were retired that would actually move there and stay for months during this, summer or winter or whatever. And, so and they had everything there. It was just a great place to stay. So, anyway, so I thought I would document this. And so I, again, am pulling out some old stash. The summer memories card behind there, the little tag, those are some old Elle Studio. Seriously, those are probably 4 or 5 years old. And then I have layered some pattern paper behind the photos, and this was in my stash. This is some older jelly bean soup. And one is, oh my goodness, these are really old too, from like 2009. The green is called Green Sugar, and the pink is called Pink Sugar, and they're from the Soup Staples paper line. Love those. I just love the colors. One side is polka dots, and the other side is like a grid, and I love them. The colors are so pretty. And anyway, I had them in my stash, and I thought they would work perfect for this layout. So that's the colors that the pattern paper behind there. And then the hearts card, that is a Project Life card, and I think it's in one of the Dear Lizzie kits. I had it in my stash, and so I just pulled it out and thought the colors went great. So and then behind the trailer, I backed some more of that jelly bean soup paper. That's a polka dot side that I kind of just wanted that to pop behind the trailer. And so I backed that, put that behind the trailer openings there so that those peek through those polka dots. And then again, I wanted to go ahead and trace the outline outside of that happy cutout because it just felt really flat with just the pink on there. So I took a Sharpie pen and just kind of went around the edges loosely to just kind of trace it and give it a little bit more definition so it would pop a little bit more. And I'm so sorry about my hand, you guys. You see all those bites. We were outside and sitting outside in the evening, like, I don't know, a few days ago when my grandson was playing outside. And I mean, I got so bit up. I'm like a feast for mosquitoes and bugs. And welcome to summer in the South because they are everywhere. And I'm like a feast for them. I must be really sweet, probably. I don't know. But so that's what is on my hand. I don't have anything, like I don't have anything wrong. It's just bites and I'm like a kid. I don't leave them alone and I'm like scratching them because they itch so bad. But anyway, I'm noticing them in the video going, oh my gosh, my hand looks terrible. So anyway, that's what that is. So excuse all the bites on my hand. And so I'm going to go ahead now and apply go ahead and adhere everything down. You know, and I have to tell you guys, I had the hardest time with this layout coming together. Oh my goodness. I cut a lot of it out because we'd have been here all day watching this video with as much as I fussed over this thing. And I don't know why I had the hardest time getting this layout to come together. I don't know if it was everything I was trying to fit on there with the trailer and the 4 pictures, or if it was the bright colors, which I like bright colors, but this was like, I don't know. I had the hardest time, you guys. It just took forever. And so I kind of reached a point where I was like, you know what? I'm sticking stuff down and I am just committing to it because it would be here all day, seriously. And so that's what I did. I just started adhering everything down and I'm just going to go with it. And I was trying to line up, and then I'm trying to line up the title. And then I was like, okay, I've got to get some journaling in there because this is not a current picture. This is like an old one. So I wanted to kind of, get some journaling in, but I didn't have any place to really write it. So I opted to go with the strip journaling, which I typed out on my computer. And I'm just cutting some strips, and I'm just going to put that up right next to the title and kind of fill that space in. And since I can't cut straight for worth anything, I'm putting it on my little paper cutter and cutting the strips. And that worked out better because I was able to get a little bit of journaling in and kind of like, communicate what I wanted to communicate through the layout. And so as I'm placing it, I'm like, okay, that's gonna work, but it looked just blah to me. I was kind of like, oh, just strips on there. So what I end up doing is I end up pulling out some washi tape, and I'm going to put some washi tape behind that area where the strip journaling is, just to kind of give it a little bit of a background and make it pop a little bit more. And so I'm using that blue polka dot washi tape, and I'm going to put it behind. And actually, I end up using that in different places on the layout, just to give it a little bit more color and actually give a background to that strip journaling, kind of give it a place to land, almost like to ground it a little bit. So. And my washi tape was coming off in like strips and tearing, but I just went with it anyway. I was like, oh well. And make sure that you guys check back because like I said, on the SNL design team, we have 12 days of summer. So there's lots of, things going on. The other designers are posting some great projects and really nice, fun stuff that you'll want to make sure that you take advantage of. And I will be back again with another one too, because I'm coming up in, I think today's the 17th. I think it's in about a week. I want to say the 20, I want to say like the 24th, 25th. Anyway, one day next week. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, I'll be back with another 12 days of summer for my second day in that in the 12 days. So make sure that you're watching for that, because I have a fun project in mind that I'm actually getting started on already. I'm excited about it. So anyway, I have my washi tape placed down, and I have my journaling strips down, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a few more embellishments to the layout. And it's funny. It's like I have so much stuff. We have a lot of stash, right? I'm not the only one. And when I go to do a layout, sometimes you ever just feel like, I don't have anything to use on this. And it's like crazy because I have like a room full of stuff. And why I'm struggling to find stuff to use, I don't know. And I think I was trying to keep it stash driven, which is really a lot of what the SNL design team does. So I found these old puffy stickers. I think they were from Amy Tan, like I want to say cut and paste, or maybe, I don't even remember which. I think it was cut and paste from that line. So those are really old. So I just kind of added that to a label and put it up in the upper right hand corner. And I found those stars. They're like resin stars, and they're like really cute. They're from KI, and they were in an old kit that I had that I haven't used in, it was in my kit stash. And I think it was from Studio Calico when I subscribed to them. And so I pulled those out. I was like, oh, those are cute. So those are actually from my stash too. Everything actually is from my stash. And so except the Dear Lizzie, little Dear Lizzie transparency things there. Those were in my May Hip kit. So those are not stash. But the only thing I ended up using was that little pink flag. But anyway, that's going to pretty much wrap it up. I added a little flare button. I'm going to show you some close-ups here. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't ramble too much in this layout. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to, leave me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And I've got some close-ups coming up for you. And again, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. We'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.